This video is a 10-part plan on how you can really change your life in 6 months. And I've done this myself, and I have recommended this exact plan to probably over 300 people that I work with in terms of business. And it's led to very good results. And I've seen these videos before with some people doing it. This is kind of my version because I've actually tested this. It's not really theoretical, and they're all very practical action steps because we really want to change our life as much as possible, as fast as possible. Because on one hand, building something great in terms of a business or a life takes 5, 10, maybe even more years, and that's true. But at the same time, we got to have a little bit of urgency, and we don't have as much time as we think. So I'm just going to go through these 10 points, and feel free to take whichever ones you want. Try all 10, try 2, try 3, try 0. Comment how stupid these are. It's up to you. So the first one I always recommend is doing the 20-20-20 morning routine. So that is from a book called The 5 a.m. Club, written by an author named Robin Sharma. And it's basically, for the first 20 minutes, you basically move. For the second 20 minutes, you basically reflect. And the third 20 minutes, you basically learn. So what I do for that is right when I get out of bed, I put my shoes and my shorts on and go to the treadmill that is in my apartment building. And I put it on a 12% incline, 3 miles per hour, and do that for 20 minutes. Burns 175-ish calories at my size. And it's a great balance between something that is a meaningful workout and makes you sweat and wakes you up, because I like to wake up early. And if you're on the treadmill sweating, you're not going back to bed. But it's also not so hard and not so difficult that you just try to avoid it. Like if you were saying, I want to run 10 miles in the morning, that's a lot of friction, right? And then in my second 20 minutes, basically what I do is I reflect, I pray for 10 minutes with a timer. It's funny that is. And then I write down my goals. And that is the second 20 minutes. And then the third 20 minutes for learn, I just read, usually a nonfiction book. I don't like the 3-hour morning routines because that's just a waste of time and energy, but I also do like this 20-20-20 quite a bit. And I think it's a worthy thing to try, and it's a great way to get the most important things out of the way. Get your mind right with reading, get your priorities right with goal setting, get your body right with a little bit of exercise, and then you can go smash and demolish the day. The second one change is get your body fat percentage right, because a lot of the time, people aren't really ugly, or people aren't really tired, or people aren't really depressed. They're just too fat. And that was me at one point for sure. And I am probably looking as good as I have probably in my life, or top two, like this year, 2024 is probably top 2 years in my life, in my own opinion. You can decide if I'm ugly or good looking or not yourself. But to get the correct body fat percentage, and I'm talking about, let's aim for like 15%, because we're probably not competing bodybuilders. We're probably not, super health nuts. We just want to get like the 80-20 rule, get almost all of the benefit for, without obsessing over it and without taking our entire life. So the 3 things that really helped me lose a lot of body fat, and it's kind of like, don't take Ozempic or do some crazy diet, because that's not a permanent lifestyle change, right? But 3 things are using a app to track the calories, and you can just scan whatever you eat, weighing myself every day, and then taking a progress picture every day. And I feel like if you just focus on those 3 things and you just do that before your 20-20-20, you are going to basically get the benefit, because if you're tracking what you eat, you're not going to want to see yourself eating like an absolute slob. If you're taking a progress photo, you're going to see real results. And if you are weighing yourself, that's like another way to pair it with the progress photos so that you are on the right track. So the body fat percentage, go to find out how many calories and how many carbs and all that kind of stuff. If you want to get that specific, calories for sure. But if you also want to get carbs and protein and fat, just ask ChatGPT. Here, I am a 6'6", 28-year-old male. If I want to lose 1 pound per week, what should I be doing? And it's going to tell you, input that stuff into the Lose It app or whatever weight tracking app you want to use, and it will tell you the rest. It's very easy. You don't have to write anything down or do a bunch of math. It'll just do it for you. The third thing that we'll use to change our life is increasing the quality of our sleep. So 5 things here. 1, turn off all your devices or have blue light blockers at least 2 hours before bed. Number 2, use a nasal strip. Number 3, use mouth tape. Number 4, have earplugs with some sort of fan or white noise machine. And number 5, make your room as dark and cold as possible. That is going to get you so much better quality of sleep, and that's going to basically help you with every other thing on this list. The 4th thing is you want to have at least 4 hours per day on client acquisition. If you've stumbled across this video and you're not a business owner, I guess, okay, just ignore this one. But I usually make videos for business, and we need to spend at least 4 hours per day on client acquisition. So what does that look like? Maybe 10 to 20 Twitter posts, LinkedIn posts, Instagram posts, and schedule them out. 1 newsletter through email, 1 YouTube video, maybe 1 to 3 ad creatives, 1 new cold email script, and 1 new, that's probably good. And that's going to take you 4 hours. 1 new lead magnet or something. 4 hours per day on client acquisition when you're trying to change your life is basically what you need to do. Don't need to spend 12 hours per day on it, but 1 hour per day or no time per day is also not enough. So right after you get done your 20-20-20, that's when your 4 hours start. And you try to make it enjoyable as possible because you're going to be a lot more likely to stick with it if it's enjoyable. But you also need discipline. You also need, this is important to me. It doesn't matter if I feel like doing this 1 hour of manual outreach or making this video. You just have to do it. The next thing number 5, is to have a spreadsheet. And in this spreadsheet, you have the dates on the left side, and you have 3 spots per day. So today is October 11th, 2024. I'd have October 11th and 12th and 13th and 3 spots for each. What you want to do is brainstorm 3 little improvements for your life and implement them every day. And not just that, but implement how you are going to make sure they stay implemented, right? It's one thing to do something that's good for you once or twice or 3 times, but how are you going to ensure that you do it forever so they stack up and stack up and stack up? And if you track this in a spreadsheet, you'll be amazed at how many changes you can do and how much easier it is to stick with it. So the next thing number 7, or thing number 6, is every Sunday, go into your bank, go into your debit card, your credit card, your American Express, whatever. Take every charge from that week, put it in a spreadsheet, sort it by name, and then put, letters beside it so you can sort it easy. So if anything's food, put an F. If anything's business, put a B. If anything's, some other category you want to track, do that. But then you really want to track every single dollar that goes in and out. So you want to do this with your income as well, because if you don't pay attention to money, it's going to slip away. And you'd be amazed how much money you spend that you don't even realize you spend, just like you'd be amazed at how many calories you eat that you don't even know. But just by doing this, you're going to be a lot more confident with your finances, and you're going to see cash flow in versus cash flow out. And that really can have a positive ripple effect and help you save money. And you're just going to have a better mental space just by doing this. Thing number 7 is that you don't want to do anything that can take you out of your own life. So what do I mean by that? If you're listening to some sort of music that makes you visualize that you're some person you're not, or takes you out of your own reality for 15, 30 minutes, however long, or you're watching Rome on HBO and for 2 hours you're pretending that you're a Roman soldier, like typical male thoughts, instead of actually living your own life and thinking how you're going to do your own life. It's not saying that you have to cut out anything that makes you happy, but just maybe write down the things you do every day and what takes you out of your own life and what doesn't. Because like that old quote, I think it was from Star Wars, your focus determines your reality. And if you're focusing on stuff that doesn't exist or stuff that's not your own life, your reality is going to suffer for that. So any streaming, pornography, a lot of music a lot of the time. I know it's going to be cope and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I love music. A lot of YouTube, a lot of all of that kind of stuff, where anything that takes you out of your own life, sports if it's excessive. Try to not do that. Number 8 is say hi to every person you meet, male or female, whoever, old or young, black or white, skinny or fat. Just get in the habit of saying hi to every single person you see. And you don't have to go too much more than that, but a lot of people are just terrified of talking to someone they don't know. And this is especially true because my channel is 95% male, and it's trying to get the average male to talk to a woman not on the internet is getting harder and harder. So just get in the habit of talk to every single person you see. Hi, how are you? Like, how was your day? Even that is going to get you one step further to getting to the right direction. Number 9 is sign up for a combat sport, whether that's boxing or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Muay Thai or kickboxing or really anything. This is just so good for not only just exercise, because that's very intense exercise that a lot of people don't get. There's like weight training, there's like walking on a treadmill, and then there's actually like high burst, high effort exercise. And it's also going to make you so much more mentally and physically tougher, knowing you can defend yourself, knowing that if it came to that, that's good, knowing you could just, how to fight. It's just perfect. It's probably going to burn a lot of calories to get that body fat percentage down from point number 2, and you're going to be tired and have a better sleep. Do this 3 times a week for an hour at a minimum. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. or something. It's typical class. I've been to many Muay Thai gyms around the world. That's typically going to have something like that. And then number 10 is work out with weights 4 times per week, but do it in a specific way, because we're watching this video not trying to be a competing bodybuilder, and we're probably not on steroids. So doing a Mike Mentzer style workout 4 times per week, which is very high intensity, low volume, takes 25-30 minutes, is what you're going to want to do. And learn to love training hard. That's the number 1 tip there, because if you're going to do high intensity, low volume, but you're going to train like shit and just basically not push yourself, it's not really going to do anything. It's just worse than doing more volume. If you don't know what to do there, go into ChatGPT and say, make me a 4-day Mike Mentzer style workout, copy and paste or print it off, and you'll be good to go. So these are the 10 things that I think can really change your life in terms of health, wealth, and relationships over the next 6 months, because you don't have as much time as you think. And while great things take time, we also need to live our life with a sense that a lot of people don't. So I hope this video was good, and I'll see you in the next one.